Executive Stephen Jones, Jerry's son, said they, quote, absolutely want to sign him to a long-term deal. Shady, I got to ask you first, man, because everybody knows LeSean McCoy is going to be honest. Be honest.
Oh, wait, do they know that?
Everybody knows that. When it comes to Dak Prescott. My favorite conversations, America, true story, is when I'm walking with Shady and Cowboys fans. We might be at a sporting event of any kind, and Shady will walk up to a Cowboys fan and he says, I got a question for you, but be honest. Dak Prescott. And he just lays out like that. So Shady,
I say that. I say, what's the one position holding you guys back from a championship? And I just shut up. And they say,
Dak Prescott. Inevitably.
So it ain't me.
And if they don't say that, Shady will twist their arm, figuratively speaking, until they do. 2-5, how should Cowboys fans feel about this looming Dak Prescott extension?
I mean, to be honest, they should pay him. He should get a long extension. I agree with that. The number is the tricky one, though, right? At the Super Bowl, I had a chance to hang out with a guy named CeeDee Lamb, right? We don't know each other, but he respects me, respect what I do on TV. Yeah. Not just on the field, on TV. And I respect what he does, right? And he's a really, really good player.
Great player, no doubt.
They need him.
Yes.
So the question they need to be asking is, yo, are we paying him first? It's another young brother, man. Michael Parsons. He might talk a lot, he might be this and that, but guess what he can do?
He can ball.
He can ball.
Yes, he can.
Is he getting paid? When he getting paid? We need to talk about that.
He gonna get paid too.
There's one more young brother that I like to talk about. I don't know if he's a brother, but he's a good man.
Who that?
Zach Martin.
Hey.
Can he get paid too? So when we talk about this Dak Prescott thing, I think Dak Prescott did well enough this year that he deserves a contract for that team.
Yes, he does.
But what order are we going in? What order are we going in? Because we know when he gets paid what he does. He win games. Oh, he gonna get you 12 wins.
Yes, he does.
He was in that playoffs.
He is.
But when the game get hot, what's he gonna do, James Jones?
Run.
Joy Taylor, when that thing get hot, what he gonna do? Come on now, this ain't me. This is what the stats say. This year, they should have won the game. What did he do? Throw picks on picks on picks. They lose the game at home to the Green Bay Packers, a young team emerging. No, I'm saying they should have lost that game.
Like
right?
that, though.
Okay, let's fast. Let's rewind it the year before that. Then they played the Niners. Defense played phenomenal. They should have won that game. What did he do? Picks on picks on picks. So when you ask me how much money he should get, let's go to the tape. And you got to pay these other boys first, because if not, Jerry Jones, I hate to be in your shoes.
Joy, how should Cowboys fans feel about the looming Dak Prescott extension?
I mean, they should feel like it's happening. So, I don't know, get used to it. Write it down a couple times, put it in your journal, pray on it, I don't know. But they're going to keep Dak Prescott. Now, the number is what is going to be interesting. They're speculating it's about 3 years, somewhere around 60 million, 150 million guaranteed. Burrow's at 55 million, top of the quarterback market.
He's gonna break that.
So he's gonna break that.
Man,
there are some other players that do need to be paid. And the complicated thing about the Cowboys is I don't know how much better roster-wise you can get. I mean, they had one of the best rosters in the league. I mean,
for sure.
What do you want? You want the Niners roster? Sure.
I mean, they're close to that roster.
But yeah, I don't think they're that far off. So you pay Dak, which you have to, and then you lose any of those pieces because you can't get it done with those pieces. I don't know. It's what's going to happen. The number is what will be interesting. He's probably going to get top of the market. He was an all-pro last year. Yeah. That is really what is complicated about it, though. What quarterback coming off an all-pro season are we even having this conversation about?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I would just be sick. And the reason I would be sick if I'm a Cowboys fan is because Dak Prescott keeps you in quarterback purgatory. In quarterback purgatory, something I heard first from Colin Cowherd, which is the Cowboys will always be good with Dak Prescott. So good that they will make the playoffs, but they will not be good enough to win a Super Bowl. Then they won't be bad enough to draft high. So now you're stuck. You're sick. You aren't at the beginning, nor are you at the end. If you're a bad football team, you can have hope in a great draft pick. If you're a good football team, an elite football team, you can have hope in winning a Super Bowl. But the Cowboys are neither. The Cowboys are the process, but nobody likes the process. We watch movies to see the beginning and to see the end. When you go to a bookstore, when I go to bookstores, if I'm trying to figure out what book I want to read, Joy, I read the first chapter, I read the last chapter. But I don't read the middle. The middle's not sexy. And the Cowboys...
read the last chapter of a book in the bookstore?
Not the very last chapter. I look at the chapter titles of the last chapter. I don't read how it ends.
You go to a bookstore, why don't you just iPad and your phone?
Kindles?
You just get it to your phone.
It's not the same. It's not the same. You know, the pages flipping, highlighting, all the things. With all that being said, with me, it's all about the ending for the Cowboys. And the ending for the Cowboys is never going to be glorious as long as you have Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I kind of agree. As a Dak Prescott fan up here, I'm happy for Dak Prescott. Yeah, you guys know I'm high on Dak Prescott. Watching the tape on Dak Prescott played at an all-pro level. He was second in MVP voting, right? Played very, very well. So me watching Dak Prescott, I'm excited that Dak Prescott is going to get paid and get his money. Now, am I happy as a Cowboys fan? I wouldn't say I'm happy as a Cowboys fan because the Cowboys fans know one game, and that is the Green Bay Packers game. So they're seeing this extension, and they're like, how can we be happy when every time Dak Prescott gets into the playoffs, we lose? It's not like we're going to the Super Bowl like Brock Purdy just did, and we lost. We are not even getting there. We're not even getting to an NFC championship with this quarterback that we had going on 10 years. So, yes, him getting paid, he earned it. He played well in the regular season, but why should I be excited as a Cowboys fan that Dak Prescott is coming back making this type of money when I know he does not deliver in the playoffs? So for me to be happy as a Cowboys fan, it's wait and see. I have to wait and see Dak Prescott get back to the playoffs and win some playoff games and get this team to an NFC championship. Until then, as a Cowboys fan, this doesn't excite me because I know what Dak Prescott's bringing right now. Really good regular season, getting the playoffs. The last couple years, he has not shown up.
Joy, question for you, because you bring this up most frequently. You talk about the Washington now Commanders. I was very close to Washington and their Kirk Cousins turmoil, because me and Kirk, same draft class. Obviously, I was in Philly when Kirk was in Washington. You bring up often, and I don't disagree with you, that Washington would be better off if they would have just stuck with Kirk. I'm like, you're not wrong. But in the same breath, I always ask myself, but the Vikings haven't won much with Kirk. Yeah. The Vikings' greatest highlight since Kirk has been there was Kirk's absence when Case Keenum had the Minnesota Miracle with Stephon Diggs. That's right. Yep. That was the Vikings' greatest highlight since Kirk Cousins has been in Minnesota is absent of Kirk Cousins. So while the Vikings have been better off than Washington, neither have actually done much of anything. Washington's gone to the playoffs with Taylor Heineke. They lost to LeSean McCoy's Bucks. Bucks go on to win a Super Bowl. The Vikings have gone to the playoffs with Kirk Cousins. They haven't done much. They noticeably lost, I believe, last year to the New York Giants when the Giants had Daniel Jones, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks. I guess I asked this, Joy, to you in regards to Dak. You should be happy you have a franchise quarterback. But is there some maybe even greater joy in like, dude, I don't even want this known entity in Dak, because I know I can't win it all. Maybe just give me a chance. Let me flip a coin and just hope. Because again, Washington, they're going to draft a quarterback again. They'll likely get Drake May. Maybe they'll get Caleb Williams. But at least there's excitement. Anonymity, but excitement. Should the Cowboys be more content with this known, the devil you know as opposed to the angel you don't? Like, where do you stand on that?
The angel could be a devil, too.
Could be.
Hope springs eternal.
That's how the Bible. That's what the Bible says.
It's one of those Bible.
That same pastor that told you about that.
Nah, that's the Bible thing.
Because you could have a Kirk Cousins go by, you could pass on Kirk Cousins, and then you could have 12 more boats with holes in them that ain't really going to get you to the other side. You're going to be swimming there. All these analogies point to, would you rather be the Vikings or would you rather be Washington on their, what will be their 13th starting quarterback since Kirk Cousins left? Would you rather be the New York Jets?
But ask that genuinely, because I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
That's the question, though, because like I'm thinking.
Talk to me.
Would you rather keep a quarterback that you know you can't win a championship with, or try to find one? It might take some years to find, but then once you got your guy, you could win a championship with.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're being serious and not playing fantasy GM, you have tickets to sell, you have jerseys to sell. You have playoffs you want to get to.
Which Jerry does phenomenal with sales.
Right.
Phenomenal with sales.
So this is an entertainment business as well. And you are going to win with Dak Prescott. You are going to get to the postseason with Dak Prescott. You are going to have great regular season moments with Dak Prescott. That matters. This is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking about. You've been around on shows when the Cowboys are not good? We like when the Cowboys are good around here. We prefer that. Good enough that they lose and then we have something to talk about, but we prefer when the Cowboys are good. It is a very tricky game to play, this replacement game, this find a new devil game, right? I hear you. But Washington has been irrelevant. Irrelevant. I hear you on Heineke. That was cute. Irrelevant since Kirk Cousins has left. And that's Kirk Cousins. It is. It's a risk. And sometimes you got to take risks in life. But if you're the Dallas Cowboys, what risk are you taking? You're not going to do this with Dak Prescott. You're going to move on. Who are you replacing him with?
That's the question. Shady, I got a question for you. I got a tangential question for you. Dealers showing 18. Dealers showing 18. Would you rather have 17 or 14?
Oh, give me 14.
Say that again.
Dealers showing 18. This is the analogy. Dealers showing 18.
I want 14.
Would you rather have 17? Because you got 17 as that.
I want 14.
You made a hand.
I want 14.
You can win with that hand. But that 14, you might pull a 10, you might pull a 9, you might pull an 8, and you're going to bust out on all them joints.
You
might pull a 7.
Ooh, you might pull a 6 too now. Hold up. might get a 5, right? And then you might get a 4. And it was a push. I'm going with the 14. Because my thing is like, okay, yeah, I probably could have a hand, but I know I'm not winning with Dak Prescott. Right? And he gets you there. I mean, listen, I'm just one man here, right? I know you get me. I'm just one guy. Yeah. He gets you there every year. And what happens when it gets hot?
I hear you.
It's the same, real talk. It's the same thing every year, though.
It is.
Think about it for a second, though. Every year.
It is.
Yeah,
But it was also the same thing with every year for Romo.
Yeah.
Hold up, but no, it's not the same thing for Romo.
How you figure?
Because the team that they have in Dallas, Texas right now, Romo ain't never have a team like that.
Some good teams.
Not like this one, though.
I'm done.
Defensively.
I'm done. Like y'all
Marcus
talking
Ware
about.
and them boys was playing some.
They was like these boys, you know what? You guys got it.
I don't know.
Name me somebody in the back end that was good with these quarterbacks. Let's name me one dude.
With Tony Romo's team?
Yeah, name me one cornerback that was on that defense with DeMarcus Ware that was really good in the back end.
You got to go to Terrence Newman.
Terrence Newman.
You got to go back to Terrence Newman.
And he was like 40-something. We was smoking him everywhere.
Go back to Terrence Newman.
Everybody. Deshaun wanted some of that. Backlund. Ivan had me some of that. What I'm saying is this. That defense is loaded.
But so what?
The offense is
what are
loaded.
you guys suggesting? You guys are suggesting that they don't.
No.
They don't give Dak an extension, and you guys just go with an unknown.
Right number, or try to make something happen.
So this is the thing, though. We are sitting here thinking Dak Prescott cannot get them to a Super Bowl. Jerry Jones and them is sitting there. If you're giving a man this money, you think from what you see on tape.
Not true.
That he can get you to the Super Bowl. There's no way you are paying a man this money and you don't think he can get you to a Super Bowl.
I believe in what George
Jerry
said.
Jones is about to get this man $150 million guaranteed, and I don't think he's the guy.
He has a $9 billion franchise.
That's the market, and that's what it's always been for every That's what every team. For example, you gotta listen to what Jerry be saying. I know he's saying a lot of crazy stuff, but it's some things he be saying he really be honest about. He said the Dallas Cowboys will go as far as Dak Prescott takes us. And then he stopped and he said, and Dak Prescott, he took his stare and we lost. That's what he said. That's not my words. That's his words. So my thing is, if you think this guy's going to take you to where you need to go, every year he takes you to the same place.
All I'm saying is,
right?
Giving a guy that much money and you think that this guy cannot take me to the Super Bowl, you have to be crazy. The 49ers gave up I don't know how much for Trey Lance. They had a 7th rounder and they say, this man is not taking us nowhere, we're going there. If Jerry and them felt like that, they would have moved a while ago.
One thing is he was all pro. See, this is things that you can't get away from. Because when you go to negotiate the contract, I've been there, right? I'm going to say, well, hold on, man. My client, Dak Prescott, he was all pro this year.
Yep.
There's one guy better than him, okay? Next thing I'm going to say is, he was number 2 in MVP.
Yep.
So these are the arguments, and it's hard to go against. Only thing they can say is, yeah, you're right, man. You're totally right. But look at the last couple of years. What's he done for us? That's the only thing he can say back. So you kind of pay him. I'm saying I would pay Dak Prescott. I would say that. But it's what number? What number? Because he is a good quarterback. I don't think he's a championship type of winning quarterback. I don't think he's a Super Bowl contender type of quarterback. But then we got that type of team. You don't need him to be.
Dak Prescott worth the first-round pick?
Yeah.
Really? So it's like if you're the Commanders, you got the number 2 overall pick.
They have the number 2 overall pick. That's not. You got to go further down the drive.
Would you trade? I'm just.
It depends what first round though, because there's some guys that go first round that's like Baker Mayfield.
If I'm the Steelers,
yes.
Take my first round. Give me Dak.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.